Welcome. You're listening to the I'm Wired to Inspire podcast, creatively engineered by Nicole, the inspiration specialist. I'm Wired to Inspire is a powerfully packed 5-minute podcast filled with inspiration and encouragement to get you through your day. It's designed to inspire you to live your authentic purpose. Now stay tuned for your host, Nicole, the inspiration specialist, on today's episode of I'm Wired to Inspire.
You're listening to the Black Excellence Expose with Nicole, the inspiration specialist. Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today on another episode of the Black Excellence Expose, where I highlight 3 dope people of color every day. And I also ask 3 probing questions after each person is introduced. So we're going to jump right in today, guys. Now, this one right here blew my mind. Now, I'm a songwriter, so anytime I get any musical information and it requires, and I find out that a black person made it, it really blows my mind. Not because I think we can't, but I think sometimes we just automatically assume that we don't have anything to do with it. And I don't think that's a good or bad thing. I just think we're neutral sometimes. We kind of just set to a place of, like shock when we find some of these things out. And honestly, y'all, the more and more I'm doing these podcasts on this Black Excellence, I'm not shocked. I was at first, but it's like as the days go by and I keep finding out how dope we are, I'm not tripping. Like it's like, okay, this is making sense. So this is one of them. So earlier, a couple weeks ago, I told you guys about someone, and Lord forgive me, y'all, I forgot his name. It escapes me now. But he came up with acoustics and, being able to determine an acoustic sound when we, do music. And that was a black man. But I found out that Robert F. Fleming Jr. invented the guitar. I had no idea a black man invented the guitar. I don't even know where I thought it came from, to be honest with you, but I definitely didn't know that. So let me tell you a little bit about him. Let's see. It says, growing tired of the same musical sound of that time period, Fleming Jr. developed the popular instrument on March 3rd, 1886. Other than the fact that he was an African-American male from Mississippi, that's close to Louisiana, by the way, all other peripheral details about Robert Fleming Jr.'s life are pretty much a mystery. Now, if it weren't for the black man, rock, country, the blues, and pop, which blacks invented, would not exist. Remember that the next time you look at a guitar. I thought that was amazing. Wow. So what is his name? Robert F. Fleming. You guys look up Robert F. Fleming. They said that there's not a whole lot of information on him, but I'm actually going to research him a little more to see if I can find something. Because maybe what I have is limited. But that really just that's just really interesting to me. So with that, guys, we're going to go with the first question. And the first question is, how can you fulfill a need? How can you help a situation that needs your genius, that needs your expertise? Again, you may see a situation and you might not be able to fill the need, but you might be the person that says, hey, such and such, don't you know how to do this? Hey, look, I think they may need your help. And then boom, you could still be responsible for that because you took action and you got the right people together to make that need, to get that need fulfilled and to make that thing happen. Again, this is all about finding your own excellence. So that's the first question that I ask, and I want you to think about it because you never know. Could be something you see all the time and you just don't even think about it because it has nothing to do with you. But you may not realize you may be the person with the missing piece of information to get it going. So with that being said, y'all, we're going to go over to the next person. Another very dope invention I had no idea a black person did. And it is the tricycle. Okay. Now, the inventor's name was M.A. Cherry. He was an African-American inventor who created several devices for the transportation industry, including the velocipede, the tricycle, and the streetcar fender. The velocipede consisted of a metal seat frame, upon which were attached 2 or 3 wheels, which allowed someone sitting on the seat to propel themselves forward at a considerable speed by moving their feet along the ground in a fast walking or running motion. Cherry's model of the velocipede greatly improved upon other similar devices, and over time evolved into the tricycle and then the bicycle. In May 1888, Cherry received a patent for creating the tricycle, a three-wheeled vehicle that is used mostly by preschoolers, although it is used for many other purposes in different countries. In Asia and Africa, tricycles are used for commercial transportation and deliveries, while in the USA and Canada, they are also used extensively for shopping and exercise. Wow, that is really, really dope. So yes, that's M.A. Cherry. Again, look up some more information on him to find out more, because he had several other inventions. I didn't name them all, but you'd be surprised by some of those inventions as well. Very, very talented man. Okay, guys, so that takes me to the second question. And the second question is this: what information do you have that you can package and share with the world? What is it that you're sleeping on? What is it that you have that can add some value to this world? I just want you to know something. Everything may not be the way you think it should be. It may not look the way you think it should look, but it could very well be what God is calling you to do. It could very well be based on your life and your experiences that change the game for someone, and you don't even know it. So based on your genius and what you have going on, that can totally be a thing. So I want you to look into it. Okay. Now, here's the third and final person of the day. Well, actually, guys, if I'm honest, it's actually two people. Okay. And, when I was reading some of the stuff on Black Panther, I happened upon this and I was like, man, this is pretty cool. And I just said I wanted to just mention these two men for today's show. Okay, so here's a fun fact. Young and old King T'Chaka, which was T'Challa's father in Black Panther, they look alike because they're real life father and son. Who knew, right? So John and Atwanda Kani are father and son. So you remember when T'Challa's dad went to Oakland and they showed it from years earlier? That was the son. And then the scene where T'Challa, went under and then he came back and he saw his dad. Then that's the dad. That's the older version. Well, it's because it's father and son. And that's how come they had such a striking resemblance. And I really thought it was cool because, y'all, to be very honest, Chadwick Boseman really looked like the younger version of T'Chaka. Like, man, that kind of blew my mind. I mean, he really looked like he could have been his son. So that, that for me, that kind of stuck out to me, that they did a great job with, how everybody looked and everything with that. But yeah, I just thought that was a cool little fun fact to share with you guys. And that's going to lead us to our last and final question of the day. And that is, what is unique about you? What is authentic about you that you can bring to the world that can bless them, that can help them? What do you need to start a business? Do you need to implement maybe some things that you have about yourself that can add value at your current job? Do you want to start a nonprofit? Do you want to join someone else with their nonprofit? Do you want to take missions trips? What do you want to do? What is it that you can do, and you can take your uniqueness and your authentic style and your grace and the way that you do things with you? What can you do to help other people with that? Because God gave you your own fingerprints, because he made you and no one else is like you. Okay, because he did that for you, there's something that you can do to bring to the world, and it can bless them just because of who you are. Just because you're breathing, you can bless them. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It was a quick one, but I will be back tomorrow with another episode of Black Excellence Expose. I'm wired to inspire. I hope you are too.
It's the I'm Wired to Inspire podcast giveaway. Stay tuned for instructions.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining me for the February contest instructions for the I'm Wired to Inspire contest giveaway. Now, this particular contest is specifically for Instagram. I will be making a post and it will be speaking of this contest, and then you're going to repost it and tag 3 friends that inspire you for a chance to win a $50 Amazon gift card. 2 winners will be chosen. You must be following at robinicolek, that's one word, 1 N, and I'm Wired to Inspire for your entry to be valid. We must be tagged in your photo for us to see it. Good luck.
Thanks for listening to I'm Wired to Inspire podcast at I'mWiredToInspire.com. If you enjoyed the show, spread the word and be sure to hit the 5-star rating on iTunes. For more information on this podcast and inspirational products and services, log on to the inspirationspecialist.life or imwiredtoinspire.com. And remember to live your authentic purpose. Thanks again, and see you next time.